Lithium is used in the era of new energy. Resources are vitally important for any nation. However, the competition increased. More ferocious, the US joined forces with other nations, like Australia, and Canada is attempting to reduce. China wants to export lithium resources because it needed them. In this approach, restrained China's development. China, however, will prevent their success. And as of late, China and Argentina have established a new strategic partnership. Argentina has significant lithium resources that China will mine with $2.2 billion of investment, which definitively undermines the Australia-Canada plot. Lithium resources are required by China for the development of several industries. In recent years, in an effort to manage China's development, Australia and the United States have teamed together. Before we go on, subscribe to this channel to watch about the most shocking and amazing world projects. Ready? Let's begin. Canada and other nations consistently limit the export of resources for lithium to China. They might believe that for China to develop, it requires a lot of lithium resources. As long as China imports its lithium resources, the source is cut off. China will suffer greatly. No nation can economically compete with the United States as long as China can be subdued. However, there is absolutely no reason to be concerned about the availability of lithium supplies. Given that in this world, many nations intentionally opt to collaborate with China rather than follow the United States rules. And one of them is the nation of Argentina. Argentina is one of the nations with the highest lithium resources in the world and has the third largest economy in Latin America. At this time, nearly 60% of the lithium deposits in the world are in Argentina. The annual output is also continuing to rise. By 2025, geologists expect that Argentina is most likely to surpass China as the second largest producer of resources in the world. China and Argentina have now agreed to a new strategic cooperation project against the backdrop of mutual benefit and win-win outcomes. Argentina can mine its own lithium deposits with the assistance of a $2.2 billion investment from China. We will also work together in the future to produce outcomes that are beneficial to both parties. Why did Argentina decide to work with China? China and Argentina have traditionally had a close friendship and have worked together in a variety of areas. Argentina, however, has lagged behind other nations in the development of lithium battery technology. Out of desperation, preferential policies are the only way for Argentina to draw foreign investment in the recent past. Additionally, Argentina's lithium ore has a low development cost, just $3,500 per ton, which directly caught China's attention. According to some observers, the lithium resources project in Argentina will usher in the peak period of Chinese investment between 2021 and 2022. Based on data available to the public, at least 60 additional lithium projects are now being developed and built in Argentina. Al-Azhar or Salt Lake is the biggest of these. From 2020 through 2024, Rizal Salt Lake will produce 50,000 to 100,000 tons of lithium annually. The Diablo Salt Lake project is the other, which may manifest. There are lithium resources that have the potential to produce 15,000 tons of lithium annually by 2023. Evidently, China has a very positive outlook on these two massive lithium mining operations in the Salt Lake Valley. Therefore, China made the decision in October 2022 to invest $2.2 billion in Argentina for the purpose. Investigation of these two enormous regions, projects involving lithium. In addition, China pledged that this project would result in the creation of over 10,000 new employment and the generation of $8 billion in additional foreign cash for Argentina. Making the decision to work together with China is a move that will result in gains on both sides. What does China stand to gain from this cooperation, then? In the realm of the technological industry, how significant is it to China? One of the most significant and uncommon of all metals is lithium. When compared to resources such as rare earths, the use of lithium can encompass a greater variety of contexts. In addition to this, it has a strong connection to the rate of technical advancement in a country. The production of lithium-ion cells and batteries is the primary focus of the expansion of the electric vehicle sector in China, which is a significant player in the global market for electric vehicles. While China is currently engaged in the production of The automobile's demand for resources containing lithium will do the same. The amount must dramatically rise. On the other hand, getting extra lithium is also an essential part of the strategy, a useful resource for the expansion of the sector devoted to developing future technologies. To an extremely distant point in time in the future, there is potential for a wider application of lithium's resources. Therefore, so long as any nation has mastered lithium, or it is comparable to occupying an advantage in the development of future technology. As a result, there must not be an inadequate supply of lithium resources during the course of China's development. In the event that this does not change, it will have a significant detrimental effect on the scientific and technological sector in China. In point of fact, China is not only one of the 4 most important producers of lithium resources in the world, but it is also the largest consumer market for lithium batteries in the entire world. A significant quantity of lithium resources are brought into China from foreign countries on an annual basis. Nevertheless, there are certain Western nations that have always been adversaries of China. They have been. Recently, emphasis has been placed on this potentially catastrophic dilemma facing China while marketing the hostility that exists between China and other countries. They are attempting to lessen China's influence among them by placing restrictions on the export of lithium resources. On the basis of national security concerns, Canada requested that 3 Chinese businesses remove their investments in the Canadian lithium industry. The issue of security, which has a significant influence on China, along with the country of Canada, it is in Australia. Additionally, one of the most important countries in the world for which China imports lithium. However, once Canada started attacking Chinese businesses, the situation has changed. Additionally, Australia has increased the restrictions placed on the export of lithium to China. The United States is likely to take the lead in implementing a method that is analogous to that of Australia and Canada. It is very clear that the United States desires to bring together Canada and Australia in order to compete with China for crucial strategic resources. At this time, China and Argentina have agreed to work together on an export and strategic cooperation. 33% in the coming years of lithium's resource potential to China. Following this, China's investment in lithium-related projects in Argentina has continued to rise. The full amount of exports. Even if Western countries like Canada, Australia, and others stop selling as much lithium to China in the future, there is still a chance that volume may rise. Because of China's rapid economic development, there will be no adverse effects on China as a result of this. Over the past few years, it has even overtaken the United States in a number of other domains. As a result, many nations consider China to be their most formidable adversary, and they employ a wide variety of strategies to thwart China's progress. However, things are different now, and the hegemony of the West no longer holds sway over the rest of the world. The Chinese philosophy of working together for mutual benefit and common progress, has been acknowledged by a great number of nations. In addition, the number of nations that are eager to work with China continues to rise. On the other hand, countries in Western Europe have begun to fall, which is sufficient evidence to suggest that hegemony cannot be maintained for an extended period of time. In the modern, interconnected world, countries are only allowed to leave, to continue by working together. Any nation that seeks to stunt the growth of other nations would, in the long run, only have itself to blame for the consequences of their actions. Share your opinion in comments. Also, click on this video to watch about another shocking project.